it occurs to me that a lot of people have gotten the wrong idea about America based on some misguided sense of inequity. Big shocker, hearing the apocalypse and whatnot. Whoa, whoa, and whatnot. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You ever picture it like a bird that went like whoa, whoa, or was it like, I don't know, like a cross between a bird and an old black guy, like whoa, whoa. Like that sounded like fucking Keanu Reeves. I had a teacher. Well, he was technically a teacher. It was one of them ones that I taught. Well, I mean, he taught me a lot about electronics, but he didn't know about computer repair. Anyway, he interjected "whoa" into his lessons a lot. Yeah, you do it. All right. Whoa. He'd mumble through shit and then just pause and go, whoa. It's fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I don't get sidetracked often with the whole not having a script or planning videos or anything. I just like pick a topic and fucking press record. So, what I wanted to talk about while I'm drinking my stale coffee, because it's fucking cold in here and I don't want to get up. This inequitous perspective that not only the whole MAGAGA people, make America Gog again, people, yeah, like I said, prophetic times, Gog and Magog, make America Gog again. Magog. Ta-da! Yes, Gog, Magog, the fucking Republicans. That's why they're similar, because they want to make America Gog. What? I'm that good. What, you don't think God is that good? Well, I can be inhuman and be in character and be in like moron mode to amuse myself and others. That doesn't change that God is God. No. I'm like a skin cell. Just one little tiny cell. I just happen to not have the same kind of soul you do. Anyways, just to explain the physics of it. So, but this isn't about my perspective. This is about your perspective. And my last cigarette in that pack. Oh well. No, I'm gonna go with a cigar instead. Cigar. These things are awesome. For me, not for you. Don't smoke. It's bad for you. The fuck kind of tank is that? Holy shit. Hold on. This U.S. weapon can defeat an entire army without... Okay, I'll buy. Hold on. I'm gonna mute this. I'm getting sidetracked. Fuck off. Without killing anyone. Well, that's cool. I like that. Well, more of those. See, What people don't realize is that the Olympics were actually a means to avert war. That's the original conception of the Olympics. It wasn't, um, I mean, in a lot of ways, it was a slave sport, but that's not how the slaves felt about it, and that's not how most leaders felt about it. And it would, you know, be considered a victory of a good god, of a benevolent elder, if, somebody who was an asshole, who treated their slaves like slaves, um, you know, got their ass kicked at the Olympics. But see, now, and since then, actually, since the invention of Sappho, wow, everything really does tie back. Sorry, that's the human skeptic observer in me, just kind of like, damn. A little bit, just for shits and giggles, a little bit left in me. It doesn't quite amount to free will as far as the mechanics go. What I was saying earlier. Now I'm backtracking, not just sidetracking. Fuck's sake. I need real coffee, not this cold shit. All right, so back to the times of Alexander. Fucking well before that, actually. And pretty much what spoiled it all, it seems, was the introduction of this. I don't know. It was a type of war paint that was medicated, and it would kind of berserk. Whoa, is that where berserkers come from? It really seems like it. Like, from what I'm remembering right now. I mean, I have an imagination. Okay, I know what an imagination is. Very much in control of my imagination. This is not imagination, what I'm seeing right now. It's certainly not movies. It's not memories of any movie I've fucking ever seen. Oh, hey, Joey. But yeah, it was a reddish brown, almost looked like mud, the way it would kind of crust up, like a cross between like mud and blood, but it wasn't made of either of those things. It was, I think it was a ground up flower bud in its early stage. I remember like investigating this, finding it, cutting bags open with swords, and apparently getting sick to my stomach because something had worried me so much, and I can't, like, finding all that was, it wasn't a shock because of like a reason that I understand. Huh. Like something bad was gonna happen because I had found all that. Like there was more of it going somewhere or something. Or had already made it there. But it's a nearly zombifying drug, okay, that also has a steroid-like effect, and prolonged mild usage can cause, um, delusional thinking. Okay, much like Alex Jones creams that I've talked about. See, when they would train berserkers, I'm just gonna go ahead and call them berserkers now because that's what it fucking seems like they were. Huh. Sorry, suddenly I'm trying to remember like what we used to talk about berserkers were back when I was a little skinhead, a little skinlet, a skinlet. Hey, never mind. I'm not gonna tell that. No. Probably know how it's gonna go if you know what the counterbalance of the word skinlet is. A little skinlet. You're welcome. Fuck was I talking about? Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. This U.S. weapon can defeat an entire army. I'd like to see that. Just everybody goes to sleep. Just all their shit shut down. That'd be cool. That's apparently what Russia claims it can do to our shit right now. Like I said, yeah. we weren't out expecting y'all to be a bunch of douches. So back to the berserkers. I'd like to sing that metal rock berserker. Would you like for some berserker? Okay, so training, they would use small amounts of the same paint, like, and it would be, wow. The familiarness of the Bleach Ichigo mask markings. All those different patterns are different berserker patterns. Holy crap. Like, not exactly, but reminiscent of enough to where, like, oh, thank you, muses. That's kind of cool. So when they would, go to war, full body paint. And, man, if there was an original point to this video, I don't know what it was. So, I'm trying to think of the name of the people that they were called when they showed up to the Olympics. And it wasn't in Greece, it was in Thrace. That's where the Olympics were. What is now still considered Thrace. They were the Horizons. Horizons. The meaning of the word was horizons. They were the Horizons. But yeah, they showed up all fat and hairy and fucking half naked and covered in their red mud. And whereas normally a group of assholes would be defeated, they won. They won by cheating. And this small group of assholes helped give rise to a world-ending and never ceasing line of fascists from Alexander all the way to Putin. And digit. So, what the fuck was this video about? America. Yeah, wasn't it? What about America? What is that? A little less than attractive. Not that I'm all fucking man party and shit. I know, I'm such a metrosexual. Anyway. So, okay. Let's go back to the whole American perspective of inequity thing. Because this is legit. This is normal shit to talk about. I just got on that tangent because if I don't get on tangents like that, I might forget. Okay. So, anyways, uh, it's easier to remember once you've written something down. It's easier to remember once you've fucking said something out loud, especially if you recorded it. I don't go back and watch videos, but you know, I assume that one day I might want to. um, I've gone back and watched a couple just that popped up on the recommendations just to see. Oh, I wonder if that one was any good. Nah, probably sucked. So back to American inequity and people having inequity with America. Believe it or not, the way America is set up is conducive to a very humble and subtle leadership, but still leadership of the world. And to explain why, I'm just going to go through a series of examples, starting with airports. Now, there are in the world many very huge, large, beautiful, not very efficient, kind of pain in the ass airports. Now, it pretty much goes without saying that there's a lot of countries, most of them small countries, that have very, very nice airports that by themselves are much nicer than any of the airports that we have here in America. But that being said, America has, in many cases, 3 airports per city. Like big fucking passenger plane, international size airport. Whether or not they're international size, you know. But the fact is, we have more air traffic than fucking Europe right over this country. and we have the infrastructure to make that just a fucking walk in the park on a daily basis. Okay? We have a better infrastructure with many, 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 many small airports than any country is ever going to get by building a couple of big fancy fuckers. Okay? Just hands down. It may be visually appealing to a moron like Donald Trump. Okay? And if you're a moron like Donald Trump, you really should read your Bible more. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what teachers there are on this planet left that I can point somebody to and say there's a good teacher. I wish I could. I really wish I could, because I don't fucking want this job at all. I got better shit to do. But anyways, so yeah, airports. I'm sure you can think of a lot of big, shiny, fancy airports. There's one in Japan right on the coast, one in Asia, China, one in a lot of different airports. Very, very nice. Have been taken out by fucking tsunamis. Yeah. Well, I don't think we've lost any airports to tsunamis. And like I said, we've got a shit ton of little airports. And they're not little. They're fucking international size airports. But then you have we have hobby airports like you wouldn't believe. Just little fucking. There's an airport around here. It's just like just people that own planes. Just fucking have their own little airport. Anyway, um, okay, so skyscrapers. Now, of course, you say skyscrapers these days. Everybody thinks Dubai. Used to think Manhattan. It's funny how it went from Manhattan to Dubai. Funny at all, actually. Now, in Europe, in Asia, in the Middle East, there are a few very impressive cities with very impressive skyscrapers. And that's very nice for them. But I don't see why America would even fucking glance at that and look at ourselves and say, oh, look at our crumbling infrastructure. Oh, woe unto us. Bullshit. One or two nice cities in a country. Really. Like maybe China being the exception. Okay. They've have a few. Quite a few now. Very nice, very impressive cities. And individually, they have some buildings, some architectural marvels that are more um, aesthetically pleasing in modern times. Sure. We have skyscrapers in Birmingham, Alabama. Brand fucking new ones. Baton Rouge. Not really a skyscraper city. Got some nice tall buildings there. New Orleans. Got some brand new fucking skyscrapers. Okay. There are cities an American, can't even name for you that have lots of skyscrapers. Okay, like fucking like Cleveland, Ohio, but not Cleveland, Ohio. You know, all over the fucking place. I got skyscrapers in Tampa, Miami, Tallahassee, fucking. Like, it's not just Atlanta. There's like Houston, Los Angeles, Seattle. Oh my, like, just start naming cities that you can think of. Chances are there's skyscrapers in them. And well, really, it, there's a lot of, you know, categories of thought or, productivity that you can consider quality to be more important than quantity. But essentially, all you're really looking at is vertical quantity. That's not really quality. When those fucking buildings, those giant buildings have problems, boy, they're going to have some fucking problems. It's not a wise way to build things. I'm not a big fan of skyscrapers to begin with. But the fact of the matter is, if quantity is quality, then we're still millions of times ahead of anybody else. Like, millions. That's probably how many skyscrapers we have in this country. A fucking million. At least 100 or so thousand different fucking buildings that are over 11 stories tall and fucking shiny. There's in downtown New Orleans. There's at least 15 or so buildings over 40 stories tall. Downtown Houston, there's like 100 fucking buildings over 40 stories tall. It's like people think of America as just New York and fucking Los Angeles because that's the way our enemies want us to be seen. It's not some bubble that liberal Hollywood elites are imposing on us or anything like that. No, this is a divide and conquer strategy that is being implemented against our perception. So, cars speak for themselves, I think. I mean, Germany is finally back to being Germany. They make the vehicles for the world again. But their top manufacturers still compete with us and our other ally, Japan. And by the numbers, we still make more cars than them. We also make more planes, trains, buses, fucking, you know. We don't make the fancy shit, but we make more. And what we do works. Russians have this mentality of everything they built is better because it's tougher. And it's just like kind of saying that an old Cutlass is better than a new Camry. It's like it's not going to run any longer. It's not going to work for any longer period of time. It may put up with a few more things that a modern thing won't, but the way we do things is based upon best practices learned and cataloged over a long period of time that is enabled by having a stable democracy. Okay, we can learn from our mistakes and develop over time. That's what continuity of government's supposed to be all about. That's why you don't have a fucker like Donald Trump take over. But as far as quality of cars go, man, you go to Italy, pay $280,000 for a Lamborghini, and then a $60,000 Mustang Shelby Cobra GT gonna fucking whoop its ass in a drag race. And but on the race, but we're not on a racetrack, motherfucker. Like, and I'm an import guy. I'm still telling you that because I put a turbo on a Honda and whoop both your asses. Well, no, really. God, I can't even say that anymore. That fucking new Cobra's. Oh. That's all you can really say about them. Just go, oh, and make orbs appear. You can do that, right? I don't know. That's probably just me. It's good to be the king. Yeah, I just happened to see the fucking orb flash right over here. It was fucking bright ass. What the fuck was that? I mean, there's nothing over there. That wasn't. See, the tape's right there. That fucking shit was over here. I'm like moving the camera. It's kind of not really messing that up, but you back it up if you want to. Back it up. Yeah. My fucking tooth hurts. Sorry if I'm like talking like this and slur my speech a little bit. Yeah. Um. So like I often wonder how Russians think that their tanks are gonna be like their propaganda says compared to ours. When you know between the Germans and the Japanese and our automotive automotive manufacturing. Um, doesn't it seem like they should know better? Doesn't it like, oh yes, the propaganda says this. Should I believe it, or does it not seem bloody likely based upon basic information about reality? Basic information about reality says. Eh. Have you driven a Ford lately? They're built Ford tough. Y'all don't even know what a fucking pickup truck is, man. You do not know what a pickup truck is. Not in Europe, not in Russia, not in China, not in Africa, not in fucking maybe in Australia. Y'all got semi trucks, y'all got vans, y'all got little radio flyer wagons with Toyota badges on them. Y'all don't got no fucking pickup trucks. I've been around tanks. I've been around APCs. And I'm telling you, there are a million motherfucking pickup trucks in every city in this country. Well, in the South at least. That are comparable in size to those vehicles, to Humvees, to fucking tanks. Okay? Talking fucking souped up dually king cab turbo diesel fucking gigantic pickup trucks, one after the other, every fucking morning, all day long. You know, I live out in the country. I see a lot of damn pickup trucks. Then I go and I watch Russian dash cam footage. Oh, bless you for posting that fucking hilarious shit. Um, Russians don't know how to build or operate roads, apparently, nor maintain them, or most of their infrastructure, housing, it seems, from like the vast amounts of footage I've watched. Um, a lot of Russia looks like Detroit, only they never built the fucking streets properly to begin with. The traffic management doesn't seem to fucking exist in Russia. Driver's ed doesn't seem to exist in Russia. Quality cars with safety features don't seem to exist or be manufactured in Russia. Um, like the only nice cars are ones that you recognize. They have these old shitty looking things. Seem, I'm guessing they're either Eastern European or maybe they're Russian. Um, but all in all, it's it's kind of telling of just like how lazily and unformedly the fucking driving goes that leads to all those fucking accidents that they post on the dash cam videos. Just the quality of infrastructure, the quality of the cars. You can't look at a country like Germany and believe your fucking propaganda. You're a moron if you believe that bullshit. And yeah, go ahead, type it in the title. This U.S. weapon can defeat an entire army without what? Killing anyone? Firing a shot? Something like that. Without killing anyone. That looks cool. I might have to watch that. It's an hour and 29 minutes. I don't know if I'll make that kind of a commitment though. How they remove Costa Concordia's. Oh, how do they remove Costa Concordia? Salvage operation. U-110, the most important submarine capture. Oh, I bet you I've already seen that 30 years ago. Oh, that same old fucking documentary. Anyway, um, so planes. I know Russians think that they have these wonderful jets. Um, they're stolen designs, man. Okay, here's how you design a Sukhoi. You take the mechanics of an F-18 and make it look more like an F-16 so it can handle more like an F-16. But you want it with two engines so you can have it, on your shitty aircraft carrier. And, so it won't fucking fall out of the sky when one of the shitty ass Russian engines breaks down. Um, sorry, this is what happens when you're not a capitalist society. You don't learn how to build shit in a competitive way. You want to compete with the world, you got to compete with each other. It's, you know, sorry, communism doesn't work. I don't know if you heard. Command economies in general do not work. I don't know if you heard. So, a Sukhoi, a MiG, both of them, really, they're F-16s with two engines, which makes for a damn good plane. Okay, as far as aeronautics and acrobatics goes, one F-22 makes six of them motherfuckers disappear like that, and they won't even know they've been engaged until that missile is almost up their ass. And by that missile, I don't even know what kind of a missile that we would actually have outfitted in our F-22s. But it ain't gonna be the same fucking missiles that we use on a daily basis. You gotta understand that. We we play with our toys in the sand. We haven't been to war in 100 years. Korea, Vietnam, those were not wars. We didn't lose those. We did. Those aren't wars. That was playing with our toys. And I don't mean to minimalize that, but from an intelligence perspective, when you are engaging in a limited confrontation with an enemy, or when we engage in a limited confrontation with an enemy, we don't show half of our hand. Okay, we just don't do it. Meanwhile, command economies ran by narcissists tend to want to flaunt what they have. Speak softly, carry a big stick.